We're back at it again. Another episode of Timeless Podcast with myself, Nair, Denny, and Meldon. Before we start this video, like any other, just subscribe, like, all that. Follow us on Instagram. So today we got Trapsteve, and
what's good with y'all boys?
He's a rapper from around this area. So I'll let him introduce himself.
What's good with y'all? My name's Trapsteve. I'm originally from Jeffersonville, Indiana, which is right by Louisville area, if you're unfamiliar with that. And I've been out in Bowling Green for the past year, a couple months, you know what I'm saying, right over a year. So I've been out here, really just now really getting full swing, full time, being full artist, full creative. On top of the music, I do music videos and photography, really anything that could help brand an artist and, you know, for myself and
get
for
connected.
others.
Yeah.
Exactly, for sure.
What made you
go ahead.
What made you come to BG instead of Louisville? I mean, it's right across the border.
So really, like, it's really crazy for real. So like, if you haven't heard of my boy Coach Cam, he lives out here as well. But we're from the same hometown, went to the same high school. Before we even knew each other, we found out we were on the same low league football team.
That's
like
wild.
Didn't even know each other. You know what I'm saying? So looking back, like we've known each other for a long time.
Were you raw at football?
Huh?
Were you raw at football?
Bruh. So I used to be chubby. I was a center, but I play O-line and shit.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so he continued to play football. He played football at Hanover College, which is in Indiana. Mm-hmm. And when he was out there, he was also making beats and stuff because he started when he was 15. He got connected with a graphic designer who was in a collective called Wave House, who was based out of Bowling Green, which is Justin, Vinci, who, you know, Leo, a lot of those guys and stuff. So Cam got brought into that group, and then just like a couple months later, he's basically getting offered a job to work at NF for Justin as an engineer and a producer. Sure. And so he just kind of took that risk and that leap, packed up, came out here. Through that, they basically he opened up opportunities and doors for me because we were already working, you know, back home in the Indiana area, and then he got me a show out here. So then that was my first time ever coming to Bowling Green. And then after that, you know, I had a studio back home, but I would book just sessions from time to time just to meet people and all that good stuff. And then, so for real, rest is history, bro. Like, eventually it was time for me to start something new. And then I was like, shit, I got a couple good people who are like my family out here. I was like, so I'm going to take that risk too.
So do you feel like you're missing out on connections in Louisville right now, though? I mean, right now it's a little bit of a hot spot. There's a lot of shit going on, but do you think your connections here kind of help you out more than just being there in a big city would?
I wouldn't even say that I feel like I'm necessarily missing out in Louisville because I'm still very well connected out there. So it's not like I moved to BG and that was like the start of my music. Like, I was already throwing shows out in Louisville. I threw a mini music festival in Louisville, all organized by myself. I rented all the sound equipment. I had 40 plus artists come out, bro. I literally brought the whole city out, bro.
That's dope.
Like, it's crazy. So like, I was throwing show after show, like trying to like get my name out there and shit. And like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? A lot was trial and error, but through that, basically, a lot of people just saw that I was like serious, and I kept going. So like, and then through that, I got opportunity to do Hanover's homecoming. Like, I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've got actual like bookings from, you know, opportunities, and at Hanover's homecoming, that was with Jack Harlow. You know, so that was right before he blew, like at the cusp of that. So like, from that, I'm still connected with like some of those people, and just like by just continuing to work and grind, you know what I'm saying?
It's not too far of a drive either, though, Sue.
No,
I feel like you gotta go up there.
And that's actually where my like home studio is and stuff. So I'm literally out there every week, still working, making connects, still to this day, you know, new people and stuff like that, and you know, trying to rekindle some old connects that I've known from back in the day. So
let me ask you this: so music's your passion. That's something you dream about doing. Obviously, you're not yet on that level of signing with a label, getting the big money in. How do you still do it full time? Because that's something that, like, I think a lot of people would like to, not really know, but that's what some people would like to happen. Cause
for sure, it's definitely hasn't been an easy process to get here. So right before I moved out here, which was, like I said, almost a little bit over a year ago, I had lost my job in Indiana. Like, just some bullshit happened, whatever. And I was there for like 3 years, you know what I'm saying, kind of comfortable, making decent money. My schedule was flexible, so I could still like work on my craft and whatever. But when it was all said and done, I was like, bro, I ain't really trying to go get another 9 to 5 and like restart this process and all that shit. So I was like, I'm gonna just figure out how to make it shake, you know what I'm saying? And under unforeseen circumstances, I was like back at my mom's crib, but basically, so she was just like, it's time to go. So that's why I ended up out here, but I didn't have a job for like 3 months, and I was just paying the bills that I had to do, you know what I'm saying, off of music, whether it's selling features or like doing shows or doing videos, photo shoots, whatever. Like, I invested into the resources I needed so I could continue to like hustle off of what I love to do and create, you know what I'm saying? So but then once I packed up out here, it's just like I almost had to I had to find a job because I had to like restart my connects and like you know what I was trying to do, and like also I had to step back and like think, all right, how am I gonna like make this shake again so I can do this full time and live the life that I envision and shit, you know what I'm saying? So
what makes the most, I mean, you can answer if you want to, but what makes the most money from being an artist? Is it features? What is it? Streams?
Shows.
Really?
I would say shows, and because all right, at a show you can have a booking fee, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get paid just to even show up, you know what I'm saying? And then at a show you can set up a booth and you can sell merch and you can sell your music, you know what I'm saying? You gain fans that will then continue to stream your music, and that's continued, you know, money that's invested. But I would say shows like, and you know, getting out there, because that's a way you can, like I said, to make lifelong fans is at shows and face-to-face interactions. So I would say that's the best way. I mean, features are cool and all, but like at the same time, like the more you grow and the more your brand is worth, you're not necessarily willing just to sell that to anybody. You know what I'm saying? All the time, I feel like, at least me personally, I'm not like, I don't feel like everything's for sale all the time.
For sure.
Going off, that's kind of like what J. Cole was telling, that situation him and Lil Pump had, like the beef or whatever. He was telling him, you need to be doing shows and shit, not just all these features, not just releasing streams and stuff. Like, actually go on tour and invest money there instead of all this Jordan.
Like, that's nice. Like that. Yeah, that's nice and all, but like, you can only be internet hot for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you might have one album that does really well because like that's your peak on social media or whatever, but like in a couple months there's gonna be somebody that look just like you doing just something a little bit crazier that's dropping an album too. You see so many people going #1 now, you know what I'm saying, on their debuts and shit, and it's like, that's dope. Like, I'm happy happy for people, you know what I'm saying? That's fire, but like, it's like, where's the longevity? Like, who's really gonna last with this?
The show's definitely the way. I mean, like, that extra connection of just them seeing you live, seeing you in person, kind of makes me more of a fan. It's like that with anything, though, too.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like a show's a work of art, too. If the way you perform and stuff.
Right, so and, like, you know, but it's also, you know, it's like you got to be cut for it, because I've gone to shows where people are literally just there for the check. So, you know, they're there because they got booked to be there. They don't really care, though. And then that kind of could turn people off from wanting to, you know what I'm saying? So it really is all up to you, but I would say shows. But it's like, when you get those shows, you got to make the most of it, and you got to make sure that the people who are there to see you, it could be their very first time ever seeing you. They may have never even heard of you. They could be going with their friend that fucks with you, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's important to make that like genuine connect, and for like and you know, so I would say shows for sure.
Yeah, I think most people are like you said, that little pump shit is they don't make the longevity, because I know most of y'all hate him. I don't know if you hate him, but Russ, a lot of people hate Russ. But one thing he said, no, for real, one thing he said is you make. He started off doing shows, literally week after week. He
Right.
said I had 5 people. Next week I had 7, and then just grows after. Now he sells at the Staples Center.
Yeah, no,
And Lil
for
Pump
sure.
can't sell out of.
But Russ doing some good shit. I respect him for that.
No,
Yeah.
and I mean, even on a smaller scale, like I mean, I've seen just little stuff like that, like, cause at first, when I first started making music, it's like there's people who I knew from high school, obviously, you know, who I could put my music in front of, but it's like, are they really gonna support that? So it's like I found open mics in Louisville, and I was going to open mics, and from that I was making connects, and then if anything, I knew a venue I could go to.
Yeah.
And then, oh, that artist was dope who just performed. I'm gonna go talk to him real quick. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? You connected, and then, you know, and there are people who when I first started, you know, 3-4 years ago in the Louisville scene, like, trying to actually, like, become an artist, build a brand, all that stuff. Like, there's still people I still talk to and, like, try to make moves with right now. So it's like, I don't know. It's crazy.
Were you ever in the scene when Jack Harlow was coming up?
Yeah, man,
you
for
ever-
sure. Yeah, I did that. I did a show with them at Hanover University.
Okay.
We did their homecoming. And basically it was just us two on the bill. Like I said, Coach Cam went there, but like we have done a few shows there before, like that one, and they're like, yo, basically our student body, they just said they want Trapsteve and they want Jack Harlow. So that was cool though, cause like I had heard of him in the city and I knew he was like making some good buzz.
Yeah.
And then like I got to meet him. He was a real cool dude. His whole team was cool. Like I still talk to some of them. I saw Shloob a couple weeks ago when I was in Louisville. But yeah, man, he's a cool dude. And then like right after, like I had a conversation with him, and he was like telling me basically it was dope to see how like the crowd reacted to my shit, and to see he's like, you have something, like obviously like you got a whole school fucking with you, like keep going. And then he was like but then, you know, I asked him some stuff though, because I was like, how, you know, like what's good with you, blah blah blah. And he was like, just watch what's about to happen. Month later, bro, cuz dropped Dark Knight, cuz it's
blew
up.
up.
Blew up on that.
Popping.
It really did.
So
That's good for him, man.
it's crazy. So like I would definitely say Louisville scene is definitely dope.
It's
They got
hot
some
right
good
now, for
artists
sure.
right now, for
Yeah.
sure.
I think being an artist or doing anything, you got to have a brand to yourself.
Yeah.
Because, like,
For sure.
if you look at you, just for example, you have that, like, I've never seen you say it, but, like, you have that old, like, vintage style type shit.
For sure.
Yeah.
You even got the.
You got your own swagger, bro.
I
You
just
gotta
want
get your own
that.
swagger.
I just know from what I like shit that makes me feel like a kid, makes me feel young, takes me back. Like I like
Yeah.
that nostalgic feel.
Yeah.
So like I always just try to have like a nostalgic vibe to whether it's my videos, my overall sound, the way I dress, the way, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like I don't know, bro. I think it's just important to be yourself. Like so
Facts.
important to be yourself, cuz like there's been times even like where I've been trying to grow, where I've got lost in shit that wasn't me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of trial and error, but over time I realized I'm happiest and most successful when I'm just staying true to myself and like what I truly believe in.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's what I like. I see that shit in artists, because even when we were sitting together, bro, I'm not saying this because you're here, but like I told him, I said he really has a brand to himself. Like we went to the show
different.
you had at Hilligan's,
Yeah.
Right,
and I
yeah.
told him, I said, bro, he got a brand to himself.
Yeah, that's love.
Something's gonna happen here, like for real, because
I
you see
appreciate that.
the interaction. You see X. X had like a cult fan base,
Right.
and I can see you later down the road with a big cult fan
Yeah.
base.
It's lit.
Yeah.
Steve with the
appreciate
groupies.
Hey. we gotta get the trap team together, you know what I'm
You
saying?
got a name for it, bro.
Yeah,
See?
you know what I'm saying? We
There
got
you
the
go.
trap team.
trap
We gonna hit
team.
the streets with it.
That's the way to do it, bro. Just
Nah, I
keep
appreciate
grinding
it. And that's
yourself,
what I'm
man.
saying. See, going back to shows, so it's more important than just like making
Yeah.
money. Like
Yeah.
that's how you, like, you know what I'm saying? We had interacted, we had crossed paths, but like, you was like, all right, he had a, you know, maybe an all right vibe to him. Let's go actually check him out though, and that like
Sure.
stamped
Yeah.
it. You
That's
know
what
what
it
I'm
was.
saying?
It really
So
was,
like
yeah.
that's just like some real shit. It's real life shit, and people also just get so caught up in like social media, they almost forget
The basics.
that you can make these
Yeah.
real life connections.
Yeah.
Like so.
I think people are scared, man, that like they go out, they make a show, and they scared only 10 people are gonna
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
But who gives a fuck? Those 10 people.
Those 10 people fuck with you.
yeah,
Yeah.
those people.
Those
Those 10 people
fuck
fuck
you
with
heavy.
you.
Facts, bro.
And then the next week it might be
And that's-
20.
I've seen it for real kill people out, bro, and that I've been close with. Like, basically, they focusing on the wrong shit. they focusing on all the negatives, and it's like you said, it's only 10 people, but you got 10 people who will ride for you, take all they take all they plans to say fuck they time. Motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, ride for you though, and they'd be like, well, it should have been 100. So they focusing on 90 bad things and forgetting about the 10. And if you keep doing that time after time, you ain't gonna have those 10 people no more.
Yeah, you gotta start from somewhere.
Exactly.
Like you can't, you're not gonna go out. You're not gonna go on your first show and you ain't gonna sell out the motherfucking Staples Center.
Exactly.
Like
for sure.
Yeah.
That's just not how it happens. People need to know that you gotta grow. You gotta take step by step. You just can't.
Everybody started from nothing, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
So if 5 people watch this podcast, we're gonna really re-releasing them. You know what I mean? And maybe it goes to 1,000, 20,000. That's how it grows.
Just that video, the Travis Scott video is really viral. Like I think was it 5 years ago? Not 5, probably a little bit more than 5.
Oh yeah, where he
like
he had that
just
show.
nobody there.
people
South
Yeah.
by Southwest, and
And now he's the biggest artist.
yeah. Nah, I think that was like 2013, 14,
Yeah,
bro.
it was right before he signed Grand Hustle. It was right
Yeah.
around that time.
It was
Yeah.
right around that time, so it's interesting for sure. You just gotta say, like, I have this vision for myself and for what I want to accomplish, and it's just more of just staying down and working until it
blows up.
actually fully comes to what I want. And even then though, I don't think I'll ever be satisfied, because there's like I grow with different things every day and learn stuff every day that, you know what I'm saying, like I just try to be aware.
What keeps you motivated? Like, I know, like, let's say we release a podcast. Sometimes you think it's going to do 1,000 views. You release it and, it gets 200 views. It kind of puts you down. It kind of makes you not want to do this shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what keeps you going? What helps you go through shit?
Man, myself. Like, and not to say that in, like, an egotistical way, but it's like, I don't know. It's like nobody, like, you'll have people who want to see you win. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, they going through their own shit too. And when they're at their lowest, more than likely, like, they probably ain't thinking about you. Like, so it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like, that's what keeps me going though, is myself. It's like, I want to do it for myself and not to prove people wrong, because that's kind of paid. But it's also like for myself, because I believe in myself and I know that, like, so many other people see what I see. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's really what keeps me going though. It's just like, I know what I can live up to, and I know that, like, if I get to that, not only for me, but for everybody else who's been down for that, like, will benefit from that. So, I don't know, bro, but, like, it's got to come from you, because it's like, I've also tried to motivate people and try to get them on board with what I'm doing, and, like, and maybe not even the exact same thing, but the same work ethic for their own craft, and, like, try to give them the same tools, resources, whatever. It's like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can never make it drink.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you have any people that are kind of like that made that mindset into you? Like, I know a lot of people since Kobe's passing, RP Kobe, people say that he made them work harder. You know what I mean? Waking up at 4 a.m, doing that shit. Has anybody?
I mean, I think just like people, like, to give specifics, like a specific person, I would say probably like as far as artist wise, I would say Wiz is one of, like, the hardest working people I've known in the industry for a long time. Like, and he's showcased it through his day to day. So, like, as an artist, like, that's somebody who's I would say motivated me. And you've seen him go from, kind of like a certain lane, and then he's also been the first artist to ever have 1 billion views on YouTube with Charlie Puth and stuff. So it's like, that's motivating to me. Like, and then I would say, like, but, like, my basketball coach back in high school, like, there's just been people like that who have just taught me, like, it might have been one lesson that I learned in 1,000 speeches that they've given me. Yeah. But it's like, there's been certain little things that have just stuck with me. Like, I remember, just real quick, like, my freshman year, my math teacher, he told me, he basically got this girl real mad in class, right? Yeah. And she was like, Mr. Piper, like, you're making me mad. And he's like, and he starts getting hyped. He's like, good. And she's getting even more mad. And she's like, why are you like saying that's good? And he's like, I win. I win, then you lose. Like, you don't even have control over your own emotions.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, he basically just went into this spiel of like, if you don't control, like, you control what you can control what you feel, but you can never control how somebody else acts or whatever. So it's like I said, like, it's got to come from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's definitely been hella people who have inspired me and shown me things like that I think are right. So it's like, that's where I would say most of it stems from. But
oh yeah, how'd you get started in music? I mean, did you know, like, from a young age, this shit you wanted to do, or was it kind of just fucking around? Find out you were good at it.
I think I would say it was like, looking back, it was always stemmed like the creative side. Like, there's always something creative in me. I used to make YouTube videos when I was in middle school. Like, I would spend summers at my dad's house making like stop motion like videos. But really what it was is my cousin from Charlotte moved to Louisville. Him and his mom did for like 2 years. And when they lived there, he moved from Charlotte. He was in like a senior in high school. So he left his whole like life, all his friends, everything.
You got shit then.
So, and I was like 2 years younger than him. So then I was like, fuck it, bro. Like, you here with me. Like, we about to like kick it all the time. I'm about to fill you in on what you were just left. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was missing his prime, like, fun party years and shit. So I was like, fuck it, like, just party with me. So like, and he was making mixtapes and stuff back then. So I don't know, next thing you know, bro, like, we were just recording for fun in my basement on a laptop, like, and then so that was like just off and on, whatever. My senior year, I switched schools. And it's funny, like, right before I switched, I rapped at this pep rally. And my school was pretty fucking big. It was like 3,000 kids, like 2,000, 3,000 kids. Shout out Jeff High, you know what I'm saying? But so I rapped in front of this whole pep rally, whatever, and I guess like people thought I rapped off that, I guess. So I go to this new school a year later, and dude's like, oh, you make music, right? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And dude's like, word, I own it. I got a studio and all this equipment, and like, I got homies that rap, blah blah blah. Like, I started kicking it with them, and shit, that's kind of just how it was. Like, they were a group called Unified, and like, I was just around it, and it was just weird. Like, I tried to rap, but like, the dude who invited me originally was kind of just like, nah, you can't rap with us though. Like, but you can push the brand, but I'm not gonna let you have any stardom. And I was like, that's fine. Like, I just want to be a part, but I didn't really ever feel like a part. No hard feelings or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But cause I was even like paying, cause whenever I was like, all right, like, this is like 2-3 years later, cause after my senior year, I had a house. I lived with some of those dudes that were in that group, but I still was just kind of chilling. Wasn't really like making music or nothing. We ended up having a crib, blah blah blah. Shit falls apart, and then like, that's whenever I was like, my house got shot at. That's why I had to move. Like, that's why I ended up going back to my mom's crib and shit. And that's why she was also like, I don't know if I really want you here. Like, I love you, but
I'm not trying to get shot at.
I don't really know if I want you at my crib. So that's like what happened. And then, so when I went back home, that's when I was like, shit, I'm about to lock in with this music shit. I had like recorded maybe 3 times before that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But it, like, that was like my new escape. I didn't play basketball anymore. Like, I was just working a 9 to 5. I had to move back to my mom's. My cousin moved back to Charlotte. So I was just like, and then like, all my friends who I was living with, they like weren't really my friends. Like I said, because that was all those music, like, and but that's like kind of what started it. And then I was recording with dude. He kind of ghosted me, and then I linked up with these 2 cats who were still in high school that I just left. And their name, that's my boy DJ Javan and my boy Michael Whitus. And like, basically they were like, yeah, come record here. I recorded there, bro. Next, long story short, bro. Yeah, we've locked in ever since. Like,
that's what's up.
So would you take your music on the next platform? Because I know, is it like when you started making that music, was SoundCloud popping? Because I know SoundCloud.
Yeah, so like that was like kind of like the rise of SoundCloud for real. Like whenever I was releasing music on there, that's like when Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, Ski Mask, X.
Did
you ever link with any of them?
So K the Yacht was the first like artist I linked up with over SoundCloud, like that I would say had some type of status per se. He was a part of the sailing team with Lill Yachty. It's still up on SoundCloud. It's called Cruising. Go check it out. It's pretty fire.
For sure.
Nice little track. And then that would kind of give you a look back at like how, you know, everything's developed, but it's all like when you listen to it, you know, you can kind of see like where it's at, where I'm at now with shit. And then we was about to work with Lill Xan, which is crazy because my homie who owns a clothing company works with Lill Xan all the time now. But Lill Xan scammed me basically on a feature back in the day. So basically, we in connects with him. We trying to like be on top of the SoundCloud game. Like, all right, this artist's about to blow. Let's link with them. And of course, you know, so we send Cuz the feature money, and we send him the song.
How much was it?
It was like $250.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing. Literally nothing. Nothing, bro. So we send him the bread. And we're in the DMs, whatever, talking. He's like, all right, yeah, we got it. We got the bread. We got the file, blah, blah, blah. We'll hit you, whatever. And I didn't expect it, like, same day or nothing. But I've also paid people a little bit more than that and got my feature literally same day.
Yeah.
Like, so, whatever. Long story short, he's bullshitting. And then he eventually just hits me with, bro, I can't write to the concept of your song. And I was like, bro, like
straight up Lill Xan said that?
Yeah.
Straight to you.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I was like, just rap.
Yeah.
Like, just rap, dude. Like, it wasn't even a conceptual song.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, just spit bars, bro.
Say something.
Nothing deep, bro.
And basically, he ends up sending something, but it wasn't even the fucking beat I sent him, bro.
So
It was like somebody else's song. It was like, and I get on SoundCloud, right? Because like that's like where all my music's basically at the time. And I was like I said, like I wasn't just doing it on some clout shit. I actually followed Cuz.
Yeah.
He reposted a track that was somebody else's that he was featured on. I clicked on it, bro. It was the same feature he fucking emailed me.
Wow.
Like on a different. So I was like, what the fuck, dude? So like basically,
You couldn't even use it.
yeah, I was like, I can't even use this shit, and I just like cut the ties.
Took the
So it's on
keep it
set
moving.
next time you see Lill Xan.
It's on set, bro. I told him, hey, I've tweeted at him. I said I'm gonna pull up with a flamethrower to his studio, but
You don't even rap
but
anymore,
I'm
bro.
about to say hip hop hates him now, so it's all right.
Yeah,
Like
you
it was
kinda-
just karma, like.
For sure.
But like it's crazy though. Like my homie, shout out Trap 96 out of Louisville. He like sends clothes to him and shit though, which is kind of funny. But like,
Isn't he in like rehab or some type of shit now?
No.
Lill
He
Xan?
moved out. He moved out of LA. He's out in like Corona or some shit like that. Like
I
an
don't
hour
know.
outside LA.
I
He
don't
moved
know.
out there, yeah. Corona.
I don't know, but
Not
Virus.
motherfucking
he got
coronavirus.
coronavirus.
Corona, like one of those suburbs outside LA. He's out there just chilling.
Oh, is that?
Doesn't make music. Yeah.
So it's a little city?
Huh? It's outside. It's like
Yeah, we gonna
like
pull up on
Calabasas
him.
type
But yeah,
shit.
anyways, fuck Lill Xan.
Damn, Lill Xan gonna betray you.
We're gonna get him on the
But
podcast.
this is
And you gonna walk in mid
Yeah.
podcast? Hey, what's good?
I'm Trapsteve.
I'm gonna flex up on Cuz. Fuck it.
One thing I noticed about you is your videos and your videography. How'd you get into that?
Man, so like I said, when I was younger, like I remember the first video I ever made. My parents were divorced when I was little, for like little.
Yeah.
My dad would have us for like 2 weeks in the summer when we was younger. And like shout out Papa Gray, you know what I'm saying? But like we hated my dad's house in the summer because there were no kids there. Like, and we was always like, this is boring. Like, I want to go back to mom's. He was like, all right, I'm about to fucking give you something to do so you can shut the fuck up, basically. And he introduced me into stop motion videography or photography, whatever. So that was like the first shit I ever did. And that's like, I was like 10. So I did that for like 2 weeks straight in the summer because I was like, that's going to be something to
Bored
do.
as shit.
Man, so... And then, like I said, like through that in middle school, I just did videos, just goofing around, just doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
I think in high school I took like 1 or 2 videography, like just the,
Basics.
like the broadcasting class and like but it wasn't ever like I ain't learned nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the
really
class we
self-taught.
took the bullshit and so we could walk around the school. You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
feel you.
so like I did that, but basically like whenever I started making music and taking it serious, I was like trying to get music videos done. People were telling me, money I ain't have at the time.
For sure.
So I was like, I'd rather invest all that one time into a camera, and then I could just keep shooting if I got to, instead of just paying that price one time and getting one video.
I think people grasp shit differently, because like when I'm doing Photoshop and somebody's like, I'm really good at that shit, and when I'm doing it, somebody asks me like, how you do it? I'm like, it's fucking really easy. I just do this right here, do it, and they're like,
what?
You gotta have an eye
You can't
for
really
it.
explain it.
You gotta have an eye for it.
and I'm thinking like, damn, this shit easy as hell. Like, what?
Right.
You just click this,
this.
you go
Yeah,
there.
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It just really depends for real. But I would definitely say definitely try though, because you never know if you never try.
Yeah.
So definitely try that shit. And it's like shit, if you figure out it don't work like that, make those connects with the people that you need to make connects with.
Yeah, I feel.
And then it'll come, like, because at the same time I have like people I could go to for videos right now. Like,
So being a videographer, have you ever shot your own video?
Yup. I've my most recent one. So really, jet skis is like the one that I've shot. Like I physically shot, like set it up, pressed record, hopped into the frame.
Yeah.
Set all the lighting up, literally all by myself. Like, cause I remember there was one day I was trying to shoot and he was on the song, but like Cuz was asleep. Like I live with Cuz, so Cuz was asleep, and I was like, I ain't gonna wake him up. Fuck it, I'm gonna just get this shot done, cause we only needed like couple more scenes.
Yeah.
So I just like set it up in my kitchen, like. So I've done shit like that, and I've done but I edit all my videos. I've edited every single one. There's been a few where I get, it's hard to shoot yourself every time. You don't want everything on a tripod either.
Yeah.
So.
No, Jesse's video goes hard though. I watched it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I appreciate it, bro.
Visuals.
I mean, there's a few shooters on that, who helped operate the camera. But for the most part, like, I usually write all my own, like, scripts, or, like, figure out the sequencing and all that stuff for my stuff. So.
Jet skis is definitely.
I get some Cole Bennett vibes from it too. The editing,
Hey,
all kinds of crazy shit
I
going
mean,
on.
I would definitely say he's a huge inspiration on the
Yeah.
video side of things, because that was kind of around the same time as like all that sound, like the SoundCloud, and just when I started like taking everything serious. His story was just inspiring as hell. Like just how he is from a small town in the Midwest, just like I am.
Yeah.
Just started doing videos for his homies, like, and I was like, that's fire.
Dude blew
like,
up.
And and he's just all self-taught, and that's how I am with mine. Like I ain't ever really take classes or go to school for anything. So
I think it's people you become fans of the most, people you can relate to the most.
Yeah.
for sure. And it's just crazy. Like I really like I know where my destination is with all this, and it's just like I see a lot of stuff coming full circle.
Yeah.
Like did the show with Harlow, cuz is working with Cole Bennett. Like you know what I'm saying? And that's like I don't know. It's like those are little mini goals. Like I wanna work with Cole one day. You know what I'm saying? So whether if it's shooting a video with him or getting a video shot by him, like be some dope shit. So
Just seeing people like Jack Harlow blow up, does it kind of give you momentum, like to keep going?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely like a good reminder if you believe in what you got going and surround yourself with like the people and the things that you need to surround yourself with, that basically it can happen. It doesn't really matter where you're at. It's all, the internet's a very powerful resource. But also, like I said earlier, it just all goes back to you. Like, so many people can inspire me, but if I don't do anything with that inspiration for myself, like, it ain't gonna go nowhere. But I don't know. I also always try to never compare myself to anybody else's like grind or just my art, because it's me. Sure. So I think it's dope. Big. I think it's dope for sure. But like at the same time, like just like how I imagine he would be with anybody else if people ask him about like Drake or Kanye or something. He's like, well, I want to be bigger than them. Sure. I want to be bigger than him. Like I want to be bigger than, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to be a superstar too. So like, and I see that in myself. So
yeah, man, self-belief, that's the biggest thing. Before we get to Timeless 10 and the clock break, I wanted to ask you one question personally. Who's the king of SoundCloud in your opinion?
King of SoundCloud.
Like
Shit.
you got people saying Lil Uzi, you got people saying X, you got some saying Ski, Juice.
So it's like such a big like. It's not. I guess it's not really that big of a time frame.
Yeah,
it's just
really
like
It's
a
only a
couple
3 years,
years.
4 years, yeah.
I mean, I would say. It's tough, bro.
It is.
All right, so I would say, personally, I'm gonna just give it to my boy Juice, because one, R.I.P.
Yep.
Two, besides Ski, nobody could freestyle like Cuz. Like, all right, so
That is
I
true.
was just linked up with like Haha Davis and his manager, and they said they were in the studio with Juice WRLD when he recorded like all of his second album.
Yeah.
And he said that like 4 out of the 5 songs on there he literally recorded
freestyle.
in
Freestyle,
30
yeah.
minutes in freestyle.
He says he hasn't
I
written a
still
song
can't-
since
like-
Lucid Dreams.
And
Yeah.
I've seen multiple artists tweet like and vouch that he's like
He had like an hour-long freestyle, didn't he?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like
bro.
that.
So
He was
like,
on
he
Funk
kept
Flex,
going.
bro, and he
Funk Flex.
freestyled for 30 minutes. The dude's like, all right, chill. Like, it's
So
done.
I
He's
would
like,
say,
nah, keep going.
I would say Juice, because one, and also that's like I really did discover Juice WRLD on SoundCloud,
Yeah.
Sure.
and like he had like before like I think All Girls Was the Same was out, but nothing else like
Yeah.
none of his other like hits were out. So like I would say Juice just because R.I.P. Cuz like
I think Juice and X are 1 and 2 for me. They're right there.
Yeah.
They're a little
Yeah.
different than each other.
Juice
but
was a like I wouldn't say newer artists don't inspire me, but Juice was definitely one of the ones who inspired me like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like compared to like artists from my roots who did, like Wiz, Mac, even like my senior year, like Thug and Rich Homie Quan, like
Sure.
they inspired the shit out of me because I was kind of like when I started like trying to take shit serious. But Wiz and Mac are my like '1 inspirations.
Number one.
R.I.P.
way
Mac.
back.
Yeah,
early high
bro.
school
So
days.
like, yeah, and I mean, of course, like I grew up on Wayne, Kanye, like T.I., like Jeezy. Like I grew up
All the
on
old
just
shit, yeah.
the best shit, the best
Yeah.
shit for real.
The good music.
So
Let's do a
Let's do a freestyle. Nah, I'm just fucking. Yeah, so he's going to do the timeless 10, and then after that, we'll break the clock, put a quote on it. You know what quote you're going to put on that clock?
I think so. I think I do.
What's the
what's the
quote?
quote?
I would say, do cool stuff and try not to die. Build your legacy.
I fuck
Hell
with it.
yeah.
I fuck with it.
All right, and then timeless
All
10.
right, let's go. If you had to work but didn't need the money, what would you choose to do?
Ice cream truck driver.
Real shit. All right, if you could disinvent one thing, what would it be?
Disinvent.
Yup.
Fuck, dude, I had an answer for this one time when I was sitting in here and I damn near forgot it. Disinvent. If I had to disinvent something, I would say,
PT Cruiser.
shit, that's a good one.
That's what somebody said, yeah. That's what somebody
That's
said.
hilarious. Nah, we gonna go with motherfucking restrictions.
Restrictions, like,
Like laws?
Nah,
No,
just
what you mean
restrictions,
Like, something to
bro.
hold
We
you back.
disinventing it.
No limits.
Limitations, yeah.
Okay.
We disinventing limitations. There's no ceilings. There we go.
oh, yeah.
If you could meet one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Shit, probably Wiz.
Please.
I'd love to
Yeah.
smoke a joint with Wiz. That'd be fire.
Facts.
If you had all the money in the world, what would be the first thing you buy?
First thing I'd buy my mom a new crib that's paid for
Oh, yeah.
and pay all her debts off.
Want some rush shit?
Put my mama in the crib on the beach.
Alright. If you had one piece of advice for the younger generation, what would it be?
Follow your heart, and make the most of each moment because nothing's promised. And like, I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of people waste opportunities and waste their time. So it's just like make the most of it now, like, 'cause you ain't gonna get some opportunities or some time back. So just make the most of the moment that you're in and recognize it.
Oh, yeah.
Who inspired you the most growing up?
I think he answered this one, didn't he?
Nah, I mean, on a music aspect, I mean, I've kind of answered it, but who's inspired me the most in life? Just my older brother. My older brother is definitely like my biggest inspiration. I've always looked up to Cuz, so
Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite artist right now?
My favorite artist right now.
Yes, sir.
Besides myself, shit, man, I fuck with all the homies. Like I just listen to all my homies for real. But if I had to pick a mainstream artist, I would say who I throw on the most. Probably like NBA YoungBoy or like I know it's crazy.
I ain't
right?
see that one coming at all.
Right, that's crazy,
Yeah.
right? Nah, I fuck with NBA. I fuck with what he gotta say, but like. I don't know, bro. I just like anything that just sound good for real. Sometimes I just throw Apple Music rap playlists on, throw it on
Listen
shuffle, whatever.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like I listen to shit, but like I listen to my homies to see how they're progressing, and I also like I don't want to get too lost in the sauce of what everybody else is doing and what's too popular. I want to make sure my shit's organic. So it's like I listen to a lot of my shit to see how I can get better. But like also just stay true to my shit.
It's a good ass answer.
I like that.
For sure. Appreciate it.
What's the most common reason people give up is?
Most common reason?
Yeah, people give up.
Comparing themselves to others.
Oh, shit.
Not
true to you.
Yeah, not realizing their own worth.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
One superpower?
Yeah.
Shit. Fly really fast. Travel really
Gotta
fast.
be real fast.
I be on the road like all the time, so it's like I wish I could just boom.
Yeah.
I guess not even travel fast. I wish I could teleport.
Teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Not like NF, just through walls.
It's like a walk through walls.
Hey boy.
All right.
Hey, I don't want cuz walking through walls. He lived next door to me. So.
What's one thing you can't live without? Like a material item.
My laptop.
Laptop.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for Thomas 10.
And now we're gonna do the
Clock
clock break. Season
Fuck some
1,
clocks.
man, we told people to break them like pussies. So now
We smashing
We
shit.
we
fucking
smashing
shit up.
shit.
Hey, we
fucking
smashing
shit
shit because I got smashes on the way. Bodega Nights,
Hey.
you know what I'm saying? We just actually submitted to all the stores. March 6th, we dropping. We gonna have a little mini tour coming up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when this episode dropping, but might see y'all at some shows. I got a couple coming throughout February. During the drop, I'm gonna have back-to-back weekend shows. BG, Louisville, Nashville, a little bit of everywhere.
yeah.
So
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Bodega Nights.
We'll
coming
plug that
soon.
in, definitely in.
Hell
Plug it
yeah,
in
for
before.
sure.
Bodega Nights.
Let's get the clock
Yeah.
out.
March 6th, let's get the clock.
What color you want? Red, white, gold.
Let me get some. The red or the gold, whichever one you want to give me.
Red on the bottom, so you get the gold.
All right.
Yeah, you lazy.
Fuck y'all.
Fuck it. Smack. You want the glasses?
Protection.
get in front of one of these to get the shot. Which one you want me to
That's cool, yeah. No.
This one you can get.
I did it from the side
Yeah.
last time, or you can do it from the front.
You can do it to the left.
This
Go, like yeah.
That was got the clock in the frame,
I'm
so
about to film video.
Hey, this bitch is precious.
Just in case, for sure,
it's
bro.
iconic.
You gonna see smoke though? I don't know why.
Ah, shit. All right. Let's see. Where should I break it at?
Go for dead in the middle.
666 or 999. That's Juice World.
666.
Bro,
Hey, bro.
You trying to find yourself set up in here, bro.
I'm about to break it right here.
Do it.
On the
Fuck.
floor for 420.
Do it.
Okay.
Smack that bitch.
Yes, sir.
It's timeless, baby.
Yeah, you
Yes,
did
sir.
the clock
There we go.
out, too. You gotta do it.
Look at him.